And this is a John Denver song I've never heard before. Oh, yum. I'm eating a limeade quiche. Oh my god, it's so good. My holiday where I wanted to just basically chill out at home and do fuck all. Been busy as. I'm not complaining. It's fun catching up with people on days where I'd normally be at work. Skitty Nonna! G'day, gorgeous. I go live and start to shove food in my face. I'm the new Molly Go Lightly. At least the camera's not on me while I'm shoving food in my face. I was just grabbing a coffee. And the cafe I went to makes these amazing little egg and bacon quiches. And I just couldn't help myself. It seems like hours ago I had breakfast, so. Take care too, Skitty Nonna. Thanks for popping in. I love it when people do that. It's cute. They make an effort to come and say good day and they're like, I've got shit going on, but have a good one. I'm just driving into town to see the guys I went up to Sapphire with and hang out with them for a few hours. And yeah, just do something I can't normally do on a Monday. So they don't work on Mondays, so it's kind of like a bit of fun. And one of them ordered some like Birkenstock slippers, so like the toes are enclosed, but the heels are open, but they're really snuggly and warm. And asked me if I wanted a pair too, and I was like, I don't want Birkenstocks, they're so expensive. Anyway, these were like $100, they're on special. So Andy bought them for me for my Christmas present and an early Christmas present. So I'm collecting them and I'm dropping off a Yoshaleni cookbook I bought them. And I've got to go to Kmart and find a couple of baskets, hopefully. And toodle home, but I've been meaning to go live, but I've just been like busy. And not in a bad way, like it's been fun, but I was like, oh, I'm going to have all these days to go live, and I really haven't been home that much. So I thought I'd go live and just say good day, and if anyone wants to come for a little drive. Good day, lurkers. I should have done a heading, let's bitch about everybody on YouTube, and I'd have 83 million people watching me. I can't believe how YouTube is just like a hey, why? Excellent. I need some funny one-liners to bounce off. How are you, Groover? I can't believe, like, what a Groundhog Day place. Well, I can. I'm used to it now, but it just... I want to find the person who's been on YouTube the longest, not necessarily the longest creator, just someone who has been literally on YouTube watching shit since day one, the day YouTube was born, just to see if, they're like, it has been like this for decades, since 1831 and the inception of YouTube. It has been Groundhog Day for me too. I just want someone to verify this. I don't have enough years left on the planet to catch up to that person, but it's puzzling to me because it's such a great platform, I think. It has such great potential. But you really only will ever be a great YouTuber in terms of getting, a few hundred watching you if you are either ripping other YouTubers to shreds or you become known for saying really stupid shit and people tune in just to listen to that. Or you're just plain outright talented and do something really well every time, like Mike on that chapter. That's really the three options. What are you up to? Why? Anything happening in your world? I'm minimalising my house, which is so much fun, but it means I've now got a that is essentially a room full of all the shit that I'm getting rid of. And it's becoming quite the storeroom. I do have a second spare room, so if anyone comes to stay in the next week or two, I can make them up a really cozy bed in that room. But yeah, I moved into that house before the building was even signed off, and was ruthless with what I took into that house, and deliberately didn't put in mountains of storage so that I wouldn't end up with, not that I'm a hoarder or anything like that, but my parents, like, emptying out their house, 45 years of absolute shit for the most part. I don't want to leave that for someone else to deal with. And yet I've still ended up with a spare room full of things that I don't use, that I don't need, that I don't want, that don't bring me joy. You just watched the John Lennon doc. Oh, look, there's a rainbow and it's hitting the ground straight ahead, right where we're driving. There better be a pot of gold at the end of that there rainbow. How was the doco? Oh, shit. The bouncy, oh my God, the rainbow's, oh shit, what have I done? Bloody Bixby, fuck off. Felt better. The rainbow's getting more solid. Look at it. Look at that rainbow. Why? It's just you and me, I think. Far out, that's so pretty. And it's like literally hitting right where we're going to drive. I reckon that's John Lennon sending you the rainbow. There's a Buddhist theory that a friend of mine who ended up becoming quite a well-known Australian comedian taught me after my mum died, because my sister, my mum died at 3 a.m, and my sister had gone home and she had a couple of very young babies. And when she was driving in, there was a rainbow that was pretty much touching down where my mum had died. And I was telling Adam about the rainbow, and he said, well, there's this, the rainbow end is actually to our left. We're not driving under it. But wow, that's so pretty. Like, you can literally see all of the colours of the rainbow. And it's a perfect art. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yes, Adam told me about this thing called rainbow body, which is like a Buddhist belief that when somebody dies and becomes enlightened, a rainbow appears. And I've told other friends of mine who've lost someone about rainbow body, because it's really weird how many rainbows. Not that I've never not noticed rainbows, but like my cousin at his wedding, he had his reception at the Cornelian Bay Boathouse, which is right next to the Cornelian Bay Cemetery where my mum is. And Mum hadn't died that long before, and we were at the reception talking about Mum and how much we were all missing her, and then this rainbow just appeared. And it literally went from the water straight in front of us up onto the hill at the Cornelian Bay Cemetery where my mum is. Now, look, total coincidence, no doubt about it. But it made us all feel a bit warm and squishy inside. What a cool thing that for us to share, you and me, why? To hang out and check out a beautiful rainbow together. I love days like this, but this is our third day like this, and sort of the things I've been doing at home, and live crayfish. Speaking of, my cute little local cafe, the one that I sometimes go to with you guys when we go for beach walks. My neighbour and friend Gina and I went to the gym yesterday, yes, and went to park afterwards to grab a coffee and something to eat. And they had crayfish rolls with truffle mayonnaise. Holy shit. It was so good. And we're sitting there eating these amazing, the rolls that were brioche, and they were toasted, so they were really crunchy on the outside, but still really light and fluffy inside. And we're sitting there down at Dodgers Ferry, which is, people have been ruthlessly mean about Dodgers for a long time because it sounds dodgy. But we're eating this beautiful crayfish roll that had black truffle in the mayo as well. Oh my God, it was divine. The same thing happened at your dad's funeral, the rainbow. Wow, see? Your dad became enlightened. I mean, when Adam told me that, I did question whether my mum had become enlightened, because he also put me onto a friend of his who's a psychic. And she was so good, she actually laughed like my mum, and my mum had a very distinctive laugh. And she actually said in that session that Mum was off to spirit school because she had a lot of learning to do. So I don't know if she was enlightened or not. But I don't remember ever there being a similar rainbow connection, so to speak, with my dad when he died. But Dad, when he died, it was in the middle of our winter festival that I've shown you guys a fair bit of. And it was the first year they had this light display called Spectra. And the very first year they had it, it was literally this red beam of light that just went straight up into the sky. Like, it's incredible. The Spectra I showed you guys this year is on the community page, and they've changed it a little bit each year. This year there were a lot of lights going up into the sky. But the day my dad died, Jim and I were sitting out on our little deck at the end of the day, and it had been a very long, difficult day, with a glass of wine and singing, and this light came on and shot up into the sky, and I'm like, holy shit, Mum's rainbow's impressive, but look what Dad's done. So now every year when they turn the Spectra on, it's always around the time that my dad died, and that's my spiritual dad thing. Oh, she's getting a bit wet down here behind this big truck. Fuck, it's way worse in Hobart than it is down where I am. At least where I am, the sun was out briefly. But this is the perfect weather to stay home and get shit done. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy to be visiting the boys. I'm only going to be away for a couple of hours, so I've got to get home and get on with another project. I'm going to cook tonight too. I'm just going to make a very basic, very easy mushroom soup. So I probably won't even be might be live for about an hour. It only takes half an hour max to make the soup, but we might hang out for a while. Because I mean, tell me this isn't soup weather. And I bought some really yummy sourdough crumpets on Saturday. And I'm going to have a couple of them with lashings of butter with my soup. So if you want to come and hang out later for some cooking, the rainbow appeared when they were playing taps. Oh my God. And he was a vet. That's incredible. He was definitely enlightened wide. Sunny's great. She, although she's confused, but also exploring, because what I've been doing is going through all the cupboards in the kitchen. And I don't have that many. Like my house is a minimalist extreme. If you took two of the spare bedrooms away, it would be a tiny house, really. Well, not like one on a trailer, but it wouldn't be a huge place. I mean, not that it's huge with them, but I hope you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm moving. I'm emptying out each cupboard, getting rid of all of I do not need 40 Tupperware containers. I just don't. So I took out the ones that I use. What I'm going to Kmart is to get a couple of baskets, and I'm going to fill the baskets with things like that, so I can just pull them out like a drawer and choose what I need. But as a result, I'm moving stuff. So there's always a shelf or a cupboard that's empty that she hasn't been able to get into and explore before. So she's getting to suss out the insides of drawers and shelves and cupboards, but she's also on high alert because, I'm changing things and they don't like that very much. But she's gorgeous. She's a big smooch in this sort of weather. And having me home a lot she loves, because if she got her way, she would literally play all day, every day. That would be her life. And so she's she's pretty stoked to have me home. And I'm loving spending some time with her too. I'm back at work on Monday, so I've got another week nearly. But it's just nice to get some things done, like some projects. I've done some flat pack assembling of things. Sounds really weird because I am trying to clean out things, but the bottom of my whole cupboard, which is it's the main storage area in the house, there's all this wasted space up the top. So I bought a couple of bamboo shelves that are on metal frames to put in the bottom bit. So I've actually got a little bit of extra shelving. But it's not to create more storage. It's just to be utilize the space I've got a bit better, because there are some things that are just sort of sitting in there that could be sitting on the little shelves. Thank you for being such a good human being. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for being lovely enough to say something like that. What brought that lovely message on? I mean, thanks for hanging out with me, Why? It's kind of fun to go live and hang out with one groover. I feel like we've just caught up for a coffee, as I just took a swig of my mocha. I'm into the mochas. Winter, it's all about mochas. I have one, not even a day, but one maximum a day. But that sort of hot chocolate coffee combo is pretty nice. I've got time to pop into Kmart before I go and see the boys and see if I can find these baskets. So Oh, the botanical gardens on the left. Like, how pretty is this? This is the edge of Hobart Town, and it's just pure, well, gardens in the botanical gardens, but also bush. Like, it's just all trees, and it's in the city. I love it. I love botanical gardens. I think they're just magical. It makes me so sad when you travel and you go to a country where they didn't plan the cities well enough before they got really big to include parks. Like, I mean, Central Park in New York is so beautiful. I'm going to go this way because I'm going to show you. This is Cornelian Bay that I was talking about before with the rainbow body. I'm not going to go up and see Mum's plinth, but might as well show you what I was just talking about. Oh, I've got photos. I'll put some up. I've been meaning to put up a friend of mine when Olivia Newton-John died. A friend of mine sent me a photo of me and three of my classmates as the pink ladies in our year 12 leavers assembly. Like, we did a performance, and I was flat as a tack, and I've put tissues in my bra, and they're very badly done. So just here on the right is the Cornelian Bay Boathouse, which is where my cousin's wedding reception was, and that was where the rainbow appeared out in that bay. And then straight ahead up on this hill is the Cornelian Bay Cemetery where my mum is. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. And then further along here is 10 Lives, where I got Biscuit and Sunny from. I should actually put together a slideshow of me in the 80s in Kansas City. Actually, another friend of mine in Kansas City, he sent me a photo the other day of me sitting in the music room, the choir. I'm not sure if it's the choir room or the music room, but he'd found a shocker. My senior pic's hideous. My prom dress was disgusting. I've got a photo of me in my band uniform. That's pretty embarrassing. But I have no shame. I will show you all of my photos with pride. I pretty much look like I do now, except really skinny. We'll do that. That'll be boring as fuck for people, I reckon, though. Me just showing photos of me, like, I'll get sick of it. But for the sake of a laugh, I'll do it. But yeah, I've got half an hour at Kmart, and the boys aren't much further up the road, so I'm going to go there and see if I can find me some baskets. And the Tetrising of my kitchen organising will be complete. The groovers will love it, but it's not my comfort zone to force myself upon all of you for an hour. But I'm happy to do it for the sake of you all having a massive laugh at my expense, because you will. You'll be entertained and horrified at the same time. I was a dickhead. But I think we all were at 17. Oh, oh, I was like, oh my God, I've got the perfect park and there's a little fucking motorbikey thing in it. That annoys me because there's a motorbike park spot not much further away. I would have parked in there, but that P plater was annoying me. We're going to go up here. Perfect. Thanks for hanging out with me, Why? And getting on it. Thank you for popping in and saying hi earlier. Um, not really pulling the crowd today, and I'm happy about that. That was fun. Can I do it in the nude? No. Now you're getting silly. Absolutely not. I mean, that's a guaranteed laugh too, but it's also a horror show, and I have too much self-respect. But ply me with rum and I might change my mind. I'm out of here, Groover. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you soon. Maybe come and say hello when I make mushroom soup, because that sounds riveting too. Until next time, stay groovy, Why?